Hi, I'm Andrew Garish.
And I'm Eli Cannon.
And welcome to the first edition of AE&D Sports Inferno. Okay, well, Eli, this has been a good week in the NBA this week. Celtics 4-0 this week, 9-9 after the win against the Pacers last night. They are second in the Atlantic Division and currently seventh in the East. What do you think of the play this week throughout the Celtics organization?
Well, in all honesty, guys, I think they played great this week because of their defense. They've been playing great team defense, shutting down the half court of other teams. I mean, we held the Magic to 56 points the other day.
Yep.
56, that's their franchise low. Dwight Howard was shut down. He couldn't do anything. Jermaine O'Neal played great defense that game against him, by the way. And you have Pierce who's averaging 18 points a game after that very slow start he had. You know, he had that heel injury. He didn't have training camp. He didn't have a preseason. He kind of just jumped into the first game of the season and was like, yep, I'm ready to play. But he really wasn't.
New players, Peaches, Moore, and Bradley all stepping up to the table. What do you think?
You know what? Peters, he was a great addition to the team. He's a fan favorite in Boston now. You know, he's raining threes all day.
Gotta love him.
Yeah. How can you not love that French man?
No Allen and no Rondo.
That's true.
How are we winning games right now, Eli?
You have people like Avery Bradley, who's playing intense defense. Jameer Nelson could not get past the half court. Like, none at all. Jameer Nelson, so many turnovers. And then you have Moore, who really had a very slow start, too. I think he was 2 for 14 threes before that game against the Magic. He hit 4 for 4 that game with 16 points. Then you have people like Brandon Bass coming off the bench and just doing work. I think he was a great trade for us. He's bringing something that we never had before in Boston.
Well, yep, they're definitely turning their season around right now, showing the NBA that they're still there, and haven't even brought in the X Factor yet. Greg Steamsma, Tommy says, is the next Bill Russell. What do you think?
You know, in a few years, you don't know, he might surprise you. Right now, he's a little slow, just a little intimidating.
Bill Russell, according to Tommy.
Bill Russell.
Celtics come back from a 27-point deficit Thursday night against Orlando, 21 at the half. The Celtics really played a good game the other day. They brought the X Factor to the table, and they weren't going down easy. Paul Pierce showed resilience. What do you think?
He really did. You know, the Celtics, they were struggling, and then Pierce came and showed a lot of energy. He scored 24 points a game and 10 assists. You know, without Rondo, he's really stepping up in the playmaking action.
He really is.
I mean, we really don't have a playmaker without him. I mean, Bradley's used for defense. Etuan Moore is more of an offensive player. And Keon Dooling's out, too. So, you know, you have people like Pierce who's stepping up as a point guard on our team.
Once again, without Rondo and Allen, playing great. And that wraps up our Celtics news flash. Over to you, DC, with the MLS news.
Thank you, Gersh, and now welcome my friends to the MLS segment of AE&D Sports Inferno. D. Correa bringing you with the hottest MLS news from around the league, especially our New England Revolution here. Many new things in MLS this year. You got 2012 expansion Montreal Impact, you have a new scheduled format, and you have the MLS Cup being played in the home stadium of the higher seeded team to make the MLS Cup, of course. But with our New England Revolution, after suffering their worst season in club history, with finishing off with only 5 wins, we had to fire our 10-year coach Steve Nicol, who has been to 4 MLS Cup championships with the Revolution. Might I add, they lost all of those MLS Cups. And we hire new head coach Jay Heaps, who is promising to bring a new energy to the team, a new culture to the team, and mostly, interestingly enough, has been focusing on the stamina of the team, the revitalized energy on the field of the team. As he said last year, Steve Nicol just didn't seem to be motivating the team enough. So we have players like Shalrie Joseph at the beginning of the year was really a big question mark for this team. We didn't know if he was going to stay. He actually said, some of my sources tell me that if the coach goes, he goes, and the coach did go. Well, we did pay Shalrie Joseph a DP salary, which is of course over $475,000 a year. We also have guys like Fernando Cadenas, who I cannot pronounce his name, Colombian man coming in, 23 years old, attacking player. We have John Lozano, also a Colombian player, 28 years old, center back. We have 2 draft picks, Kalen Rowe, attacker, almost the same position as Benny Feilhaber and Fernando Cadenas, interestingly enough. And of course we have Tyler Polak, who is a rookie. He's trying to fill in that left back position, which we all know is a desperate need for the Revs. And again, with the influx of foreign players that have been coming into the Revolution, over the past couple of years, we had Ilya Stolica, Osman Dabu, Didier Domi. They have all been pieces of poop, smelly big poop. But with these two Colombians that the Revs have this year, everybody knows Colombians in the MLS have been very productive going back all the way to the start of MLS. Now the Revolution are in Tucson, Arizona, where they are playing their preseason matches right now without Benny Feilhaber, our U.S. national team player, who is just arriving from Panama actually today, the 27th of January, from, of course, the match in Panama against no other than Panama, the U.S. were playing. And Kalen Rowe has just arrived from the U.S. national team camp, U23s, down in Arizona also. So, again, we have two things to look forward to this year. One, in my opinion, of course, Jay Heaps. I think he does bring a new engine to the team. And two, that sexy man right behind me, 16-year-old Diego Fagundes. He's only 2 months younger than I am. I feel very strange saying that, but 2 months older than I am. Excuse me. But last year, he's only started 4 games for the team, and he really made an impact. And I think this year, this kid will show what he's made of. He will be 17 by the beginning of the season. And that's all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to send you back to Andrew Gersh and Eli Karen back in the studios with the Super Bowl predictions, and I'm out.
Does not get any better than this, sports fans. Pats and Giants in Super Bowl 46. We're going to show you how they got there with highlights from the Pats and Ravens game. Right to the highlights. Alright, we got the Pats fired up, coming out of the tunnel. Tom Brady's got the game face on, and he is ready to play. Joe Flacco with a handlebar mustache is also ready to play. And someone else that was ready to play was Steven Tyler in the national anthem. Very gay, but it's kind of disrespectful to the New England sports fans. Anyway, Tom Brady, 2nd and 8, first quarter, 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. Picked off, tries to force one to Julian Edelman.
That's an inadvised pass right there by Brady. You shouldn't have forced that.
Really an inadvised pass, picked off by Webb. He had a really great game that game. But anyway, the Pats will battle back. Tom Brady's looking this up. We go to the second quarter. Brady in the shotgun. Hands one off to number 42. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis stumbling, bumbling into the end zone. He will score number 42 points right to MHK. Meyer H. Kraft. Very respectful of Bob Kraft and his wife, and he will be back next year, I can guarantee it. Now, Joe Flacco threatening inside the 10-yard line. He's looking left, he scrambles right. Oh, bang! Dennis Pitta, touchdown. He scored the touchdown. Now, tie ball game, 10-all.
Joe Flacco had a very good game. He played better than Brady this game.
He really did, but who's the better quarterback in the end? Tom Brady. We go on to the third quarter. Joe Flacco with the ball at the 30-yard line. He throws one over to Torrey Smith. Torrey Smith going down the sideline. Breaks the tackle. Breaks. Oh, see you later, Devin McCourty. That's a face mask, but that's okay. Number 82 will be into the end zone. Will get reviewed, but this ruling on the field stands. Ravens score once again.
Sterling Moore, he missed that tackle, but he'll come up big defensively later on.
He really will. We'll see. That's a little precursor, Eli. I like it. Torrey Smith, one more look at that. A little face mask on Devin McCourty, but who cares? This is the review. Look at how close that is. Oh my God. That looks like got a bounce to me, but there's Torrey Smith in celebration. They call a touchdown. 16-16. The Ravens and the Patriots are tied. Ray Lewis, number 52, getting his team pumped up. Here comes Danny Woodhead on the special teams kick. And here he comes. Oh, it's a loose ball. It's loose. And Patriots get it? No. Oh, wait. Did the Pats get it? No, it looks as though the Ravens have recovered it. Danny Woodhead looks really upset. You know he won't
not handle the balls right there.
Here comes Ben Jarvis Green Ellis again on the 1/2 yard line. Could he get it in? But no. What a defensive play by the Ravens linebacker.
Stuffed on 3rd and goal after Brady was ruled a touchdown, but it was reversed.
Looks really not too good for the Patriots, but Brady's going to step up. He's going to go over the line. What a play by Tom Brady. That's when you know you have a veteran captain playing the quarterback position. And Ray Lewis comes in with a cheap shot at the end there. That's sickening, but Ray Lewis.
Gronkowski's been teaching Brady how to spike it.
Yeah, there you go. Brady started the spike, but that's okay. Anyway, play action to Green Ellis. Brady looking deep, and there it is. Oh, tipped by Paul and then picked off. What a play by the Ravens secondary. You will not see another one better in this game.
Brady saw the numbers, 8-1, thought it was Randy Moss down there, but it was
clearly not Randy Moss. About 3 Ravens and 1 Matthew Slater, who's not going to get too many catches. Bernard Polley, you will not see a better play. As much as I hate that guy, I have to give it to him. It was a great play. Bernard Polley's a pussy. Anyway, there it is. One more look at it in slow motion.
There's a good defensive play by the Ravens
pick?
there.
What a pick by Webb. Oh my god. Anyway, Tom Brady looking real frustrated. Joe Flacco's driving downfield 20-23. Joe Flacco scrambling. Oh, and you don't get away from Vince Wilfork. That's turnover.
What a game
That is a
Vince
turnover
Wilfork
on down.
had.
Poor decision by John Harbaugh to
Vince
make that.
Wilfork
But
shut down the middle, shut down Ray Rice. He played amazing.
Tom Brady out of the shotgun fires and will be broken up by Ed Reed. Never pick on Ed Reed when it comes to third down. Joe Flacco stepping back. Oh, he's open. It's an open Anquan Bolden. This is not good. Pat Chung forces him out of bounds. Then McCourty with help.
They're
They're
field goal range.
They're
You
in
think
field
it's
goal range inside the red zone. You think it's over for the Pats. Oh, it's a touchdown. No, it's not. Broken up by the hero, Sterling Moore. Ever heard of him? Sterling Moore just broke up that play. And the play of the game, Billy Cundiff, the GOAT, shanks the 32-yard field goal. And that'll end it. Bill Belichick in celebration. Ravens 20, Patriots 23. Joe Flacco had a good game. Tom Brady not so much.
So it was a great game overall, Gersh. But I gotta ask you something. Did the Pats win this game, or did the Ravens lose it?
In all honesty, the Patriots did win this game. Tom Brady sucked, but the Pats defense stepped up in the clutch, especially Vince Wilfork and Sterling Moore, and they really did their job to get the Patriots this win, as much as the Ravens fan would like to blame it on Billy Cundiff.
You know, you mentioned defense and people like Sterling Moore. He was an unlikely hero this game. No one expected Sterling Moore to come up this big in clutch situations.
Hey, the two Moores in Boston. You can't get more of the Moores in Boston right now. We got Etwan Moore, and we've got Sterling Moore. Sterling Moore sending the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
I mean, he had those two very important defensive plays in the last moments. I mean, he broke that pass up in the end zone and then broke that next pass.
Now we know what kind of play Sterling Moore is. He went through a lot of trouble, and he faced adversity when he got dropped by the Raiders. But
he started the season as the Raiders, on the practice squad of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Got released and then picked up by the Patriots practice squad. He was brought up and sent back to the Patriots practice squad, and then they brought him back up. You know,
Yeah.
he's been through a lot, and you know, I don't think he's going to be sent back down to a practice
no,
squad.
he's on the Pats now.
You know, people are thinking that John Harbaugh should have used that timeout. I mean, he had one in his back pocket. Billy Cundiff rushed to get that kickoff.
That was one of John Harbaugh's biggest mistakes this season. Could have just called the timeout. NFL sources are telling me that John Harbaugh did not want to ice his own kicker. He wanted to just get him up
He
there.
had 8
and
seconds
kick
to get onto the
it.
field.
He had 8 seconds. I would put more blame on John Harbaugh in this situation than Billy Cundiff. That's just
I
me.
completely agree with you. Let's talk about the NFC Championship game about the Giants.
Great game. Great game.
It was Giants against 49ers. Again, I'm going to ask you, did the Giants win it or did the 49ers lose it?
Once again, the Giants won the game. You can blame it on Kyle Williams as much as you want, death threats and all, and ultimately it came down to the Giants coming up in the clutch and playing a better game than the 49ers.
So you don't think Kyle Williams fumbling twice had anything to do with it?
Kyle Williams fumbling twice had a big effect on the game. It didn't have a whole effect on the game.
Yeah, I like that. Eli Manning, he really did have a great game though. You know, it was poor conditions, raining pretty hard, but he really came up big.
Eli Manning showed toughness. You see him get up after some of those tackles he took from the defensive line, and he played through the rain, terrible conditions, terrible elements, still managed to have a good game. Looks hot going into the Super Bowl.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, we both know that, everyone knows that the Patriots are facing the Giants in Indianapolis. The Giants have beaten the Patriots in the last 2 meetings. Who's hotter going into the game?
Hotter going into the game, Giants. But I will say the Patriots have such a good chance of winning this game due to the revenge factor. It's got to be the X factor in this game. Pats want revenge. Tom Brady's not going to lose this game.
Tom Brady won't. He won't do that again. No, come on, Tom Brady.
No way.
Okay. Last time, this season, when the Giants faced the Patriots, Giants won 23-20. Brady had an awful game, but I think a big reason for that loss was that the offensive line could not handle the defense of the Giants, such as Jason Pierre-Paul and Justin Tuck. They broke through our offensive line. They sacked Brady twice. He got hit dozens of times. You think that'll happen again?
Yeah, the last 2 meetings against the Giants have really been up to the offensive line, and they have not produced. And the Patriots have not been able to keep Tom Brady on his feet, give him a good pocket to throw out of. But I do see their offensive line improving with Matt Light, Logan Mankins, Solder, and Volmer all healthy in this Super Bowl game, Waters, the new addition, also off of free agency this year out of Kansas City,
True.
will step up and protect Tom Brady and hopefully help the Patriots win this game.
All right. Talk about the offense of both teams now. Who do you think is better in this matchup? The tight ends of New England or the wide receivers of the Giants?
Well, the thing is, Rob Gronkowski is he's flirting with that high ankle sprain, so it's gonna come down to his high ankle sprain. If he is at least 90% healthy for this game coming up,
Oh, he'll be 90%.
if he's 90% healthy, he goes Yo Soy Fiesta at that game. The Patriots are gonna have the advantage. But Hakeem Nicks, Manningham, Mario Manningham, and Victor Cruz, they've all got the deep threat, very versatile players. But I still see if Gronkowski is healthy, that the Patriots do have the advantage on the wide receiver core and tight end core.
Well, I mean, our Patriots secondary, they struggled a lot this year. And when you put in wide receivers in the core of the Giants, you know, they're going to struggle. That's going to be a challenge for them.
Yeah, the Giants' defense has really stepped up this year. It's going to be tough for them to stop the Pats' offense. The only person I'm really scared of has got to be Chris Canty in that face mask he's repping. That thing is badass. I would not want to play against him. Can't even see his face.
Completely agree with you. Tom Brady versus Eli Manning. What do you have to say about that?
Tom Brady, as much as he has taken these past 2 days, is just going to fuel him even more. He's going to be having a great Super Bowl. In Super Bowl 46, I can guarantee you that he has a better Super Bowl than Eli Manning. I'd much rather have Tom Brady than Eli Manning going into this game.
Eli Manning, he's been very hot ever since week 14. You know, he's been just lighting things up, okay? He's not to mention that he beat the number 1 seed of the Packers, number 2 seed, the 49ers. You know, Brady's been playing great. Brady is the better overall quarterback. But right now, Eli Manning is just having fantastic weeks.
I don't see Eli Manning as being the better quarterback right now. I see Tom Brady. I see the Giants playing better football, which is leading to Tom Brady playing to Eli Manning playing better than Tom Brady. But in the Super Bowl, I think it's a whole different story. Tom Brady's got more experience with that 1 extra game, 2 extra games actually, and I think he'll come away with the win. 3 extra games.
You know, I completely agree with you. Tom Brady is the overall better quarterback. It's going to be a tight matchup, though.
It is. It's going to be tight, but I see Tom Brady coming up victorious.
So, what are your predictions?
I'm going to have to say Pats will win this game 31-27 final score.
31-27. I'm going to have to disagree. I'm going to go with the Giants.
Giants
21-17.
I don't see it. How about you, DC, over at the MLS station?
Well, last time New York played New England, they tied 2-2 in Foxborough. So I'm not sure what's gonna. Oh, super! Oh, that's something completely different. I'm not too sure. Back to you guys.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for that, Dale. That helped a lot.
That wraps up our first edition of AE&D Sports Inferno. Please subscribe to see our next time we post a video, and give us your sports thoughts in the comments below.
See you next time, sports fans. AE&D Sports Inferno is out.